Hello guys and welcome to my review of the AirStream DMX bridge. Now this is a DMX control system you can use to take control of your lighting fixtures. However, it's not a physical hardware controller or a piece of software for your Mac or PC. Instead, it's a wireless DMX interface that connects to your iPhone or iPad and allows you to take control of your lights wirelessly. So before we take a look at what the app can do, let's take a look at the hardware, at the interface box that talks to your lighting fixtures. So here is the interface box itself. It's a very simple piece of hardware. On the top you have a power on-off switch, and on either side you have two aerials which allow your iPad to talk to the controller, but also allow Wi-Fi enabled lighting fixtures to connect wirelessly. You have a single 3-pin DMX output on the bottom to connect to wired fixtures, a USB connection for firmware updates, a power LED, and finally a power input. The back of the unit is magnetic, so you can actually fix it to metal objects like your DJ booth. And it's supplied with a mounting bracket which screws on the back, so you can attach a clamp and rig the box to your light stand or truss, which is currently how I've got it set up at the moment. The interface box is sitting way over there on top of the truss, and I can walk around the room freely with the iPad, being able to control what the lights are doing. So the interface box is actually very simple. The clever stuff is found within the app. Now at the moment the app is only compatible with iOS devices, so that's iPhones, iPads and iPod touches, and as far as I understand there are no current plans to develop an Android version. If you want to control lights with the AirStream DMX bridge, I really recommend using an iPad, as having that big screen makes it really useful for programming your lights. So the app is very simple to navigate and it's broken down into 5 different sections. You have your fixture selection window where you can select the different lights you want to control. You have your channel control section where you can go ahead and adjust the different attributes of your lighting fixtures. You have your effects section where you can go ahead and create different effects and play them back. Next up you have your scenes, which is your recorded looks you create, very similar to how my DMX 2.0 works. And finally, you have your shows, which is basically a way you can create step-based effects which cycle through the various scenes you create. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about how the app works because I've also filmed a big tutorial series which will go in depth about how to patch, set up and control all of your lighting fixtures with the AirStream DMX bridge. Though I do want to mention a few different things about what the app can do. So I'm here in the fixtures selection window. I can go ahead and select the different fixtures that I want to control. And you can see here we can patch up to 24 different lighting fixtures. What's really nice is you can really heavily customize this app with custom names and custom icons for pretty much everything. You can see here if I go into our patch window, select my inner pocket spots, I can go ahead and set a custom image here, which then I can reference in my fixture window. So rather than having like a generic icon, you can load in custom images for your different fixtures. The app has a built-in library including a load of American DJ and Elation lighting fixtures, along with a set of different generic fixtures which you can then go ahead and customize for your own lighting fixtures. So this doesn't just work with ADJ lights, it'll work with any lights you want. Though if you're using other lights, you may find you need to create your own custom profiles. If we go into the channel control window here, not only can we control each attribute on a fader, we can go into windows that allow us to use a color picker to select which color we want the lights to be, and even a pan and tilt XY grid. The effects are really nice and simple to set up. We can use the shape effects to create a custom path for our lights to run in, either running a circle or drawing our own custom paths. You can even create your own custom color effects to cycle through various colors on LED fixtures. I'm back in the scenes window here, which you can consider to kind of be like the scenes within my DMX, apart from one big difference, and that's you can play back multiple scenes at the same time. So that means you can assign different scenes to different fixtures. You can have scenes doing color overriding on top of scenes doing position. You can have scenes toggling on and off strobe or flash buttons. It's really customizable, and you can set this app up to work really efficiently for controlling your lighting fixtures. Now the app is still being worked on and developed, so hopefully more improvements will come in the future. However, I do have quite a long list of features that I'd like to see implemented in the app to make things a little bit easier. Things like more intuitive navigation, having a menu bar that works more effectively, having a home screen where you can load and save your different show files, an option to search from within the patch, better support for multi-parameter fixtures, color effects with pixel mapping similar to how my DMX 2.0 works, Perhaps having a more intelligent channel view, and rather than having faders to control your attributes, you can see the physical attributes themselves, so you'll be able to simply select a gobo rather than scroll through the gobo channel to find what you need. So that's just the list of some of the features that I'd like to see added into the software. It's not a deal breaker that they're not there, however, it'd be nice to see them implemented. What I think about this app is it's a great way to be able to control your lighting fixtures. And having wireless control over your lights is a really useful feature. The fact that the lighting interface box is sitting on the truss and I'm wandering around in the audience with my iPad, it's really nice to be able to control your lights that way. And with the way scenes work and the ability to layer multiple scenes on top of each other, you can get some quite intricate and detailed programming and be able to respond to the lights really efficiently from a simple iPad app. I've used other iPad controllers before, and this is by far the best one I've come across. When it comes to the hardware, the only little issue I have is the fact that it uses a separate transformer to power the interface rather than an IEC connection with an internal transformer. Having an IEC connection I think would be preferred, even if it makes the hardware a bit larger, because then you can use it for daisy chaining out of lighting fixtures, and also you don't need to worry if that transformer accidentally breaks. If an IEC cable breaks, you can easily replace it for another one. If you want to know more about how the actual software works, you're best checking out my full tutorial video series where I go really in depth about how the app works, how to set up your lights, how to control them, and how to program them. So if you want to watch that tutorial series, click on the annotation in the corner there, or the first link in the description down below. So that's it for this review video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.